This blogger has broken down their income and expenses separately here, and we see that they're net profiting about $3,000 a month. Let's look at the traffic it took to get there. They have 94,000 sessions from almost 77,000 users. So that's the level of traffic they need to make $3,000-ish net. This blogger breakdown is an income from June of 2016. But what I think is interesting is this guy is promising that we're going to make more than the person we just looked at with absolutely no experience blogging. This person clearly has some experience blogging and is actively trying to make money at it and understanding things like their traffic and what they want to improve. So we're going to make more than them just starting off. Hello, Barbies, Kens, Theys, and Thems. Welcome to Nicole Reacts, a show in which I, Nicole, react to online marketing gurus that I find, that other people help me find, and occasionally who find me on the internet. My qualifications for marketing snark and commentary are that I've owned a marketing company for almost 17 years. And in that time, I've worked with hundreds of clients on marketing strategy and implementation. So I know a fair bit when it comes to online marketing, obviously, but also related topics like search engine optimization and website development. Now, as a reminder, just because my videos seem to be finding a wider audience now, I don't cover different marketing gurus to be mean. As you'll notice, I've covered 100, actually more than 100 at this point, different people on this channel. And it is for two reasons that I name drop. Number one, I want people, when they Google this person's name, to maybe have my video come up. I think that my criticism of their marketing or the price point that they're offering something or similar is valuable because I've been in this industry for almost 2 decades. And number two, you'll notice that despite the differences these people have in their demographics or what exactly they're selling, whether it's a very high-end online community mastermind or whether it's a specific course for like copywriting or something, is that they have very similar tactics to one another and we can see patterns in them. The second caveat I'll give, because I think a lot of people misunderstand when I say it, I don't think that all online courses or online communities are garbage. I think that there are some genuinely good ones that are worth paying for. But what I want you to ask yourself is, am I paying a lot of money for a general course? So it's one thing if you take a how to run Facebook ads for dentists class and you pay $600 for that. I bet that the person teaching that probably has worked with hundreds of dental offices. Maybe they've tried a lot of different creative, maybe they've tried different kinds of audiences, and they've really found things that work well for dental offices. Great. Oh, I'm watching videos of them online and I see they really know what they're doing. I understand. But if you're paying $3,000 for a copywriting course, that's pretty general information to me. I'd much rather take some kind of relatively low priced general copywriting course and use the money instead that I would have spent on general advice to work with a professional to get specific deliverables for my business. And listen, I'm coming at this from a point of view, okay? I've seen my clients overpay for these classes or these gurus and not get their return. I post these videos and sometimes people, whether it's in the comments or in private messages, tell me, hey, this person screwed me out of a lot of money. Or, hey, I did everything this guy said and I still didn't make any money. That kind of thing. So I think it's really important to cover these people. And a third and final caveat that I'll say is that I only cover people that I believe have a platform. If there's a very young person or if somebody has like 100 followers and they post problematic content, I'm probably not going to cover that. But if this person has some kind of influence, I think that it's important to have a conversation about it. I think that that's a worthwhile thing to do. Now, you guys seem to like it when I cover the bro marketers. And so we'll continue in that vein today with Mike Vestal. And we got to love a YouTube profile picture that is shirtless. Now, there's a plethora of content we could cover on this particular channel, but I haven't talked about blogging in a while, and I'm really curious what this guy has to say about blogging in 2024. He posted this video 2 days ago, and it's called How to Start a Blog and Make Money from Day One, 2024. But the thumbnail says blogging $5,000 per month for beginners. So the income claim is staying solidly in the thumbnail. probably so that YouTube doesn't pick it up. Now, I want you to notice two things about this channel. We're going to look at his number of subscribers, and then we're going to look at the views on this video. So 854,000 subscribers. Now, this video was posted 2 days ago. Look at how many views it has. 347. On this channel, I have like 1,100 subscribers. Let's look at the last two videos I posted. Now, granted, this video got a lot more views than it typically gets, but I have 311 views on a video that I posted 5 days ago. Let's look at a more typical video that I post. Here's 42 views from 3 weeks ago. But even if we scaled up my numbers as the subscribers will increase, it seems like this guy is getting a relatively low number of views for the amount of subscribers he has, which is suspicious. It makes you think, where did he get these subscribers? Why aren't they continuously watching at least some of his content? Also, we know that on YouTube, at least a majority of my views anyway, and other people I've talked to, are from non-subscribers. So is his content not being discovered elsewhere on YouTube? Is it not being suggested to people? How are his views so low compared to his number of subscribers is kind of what I want to know. So let's learn how to make $5,000 a month blogging without any experience. That sounds very realistic, doesn't it? Oh, an additional piece of info I got as I was clicking on it. This video has 21 likes as of the time of this recording. All right, let's see.
Good morning, my beautiful people. Ever wanted to start a blog but never had any idea on how to do it? Or maybe you feel like you're tech illiterate and you have no idea where to actually begin? Well, in this video, I want to share with you, my beautiful people, how to start a blog and launch it the right way where you make money on day one, even with zero experience. With that being said, cue the intro.
All right, so we're experiencing the Guru trailer, right? Which is this guy showing snippets of his life being very successful. And the implication that is not said during this trailer is, if you listen to me, you'll be this successful. And before he sells us on the dream of blogging, I want to talk about how much money you can expect to make as a blogger. This really ranges, obviously, depending on what niche you're in, how often you post, how old your blog is. But in general, across multiple sources, which I'll link in the show notes, it seems like most full-time bloggers make between $40,000 and $80,000 a year, which is considerably less than $5,000 a month. And what I appreciate is that years ago, Darren Rouse, who is with ProBlogger.net, used to do these sort of biannual, I think he used to do them monthly, if I remember correctly, income breakdowns of how he made money as a full-time blogger. And I think we can argue that blog money in 2016 is probably more than the amount of money you'd make blogging now, since our attention now is across multiple social media platforms and other places that aren't blogs. But let's take a look at a breakdown that he did of his income back in 2016. Now, keep in mind, this person is a full-time blogger. And if we look at how he makes his money, it looks like a majority of his money, 46% of his income, comes from affiliate commissions, ebooks, courses, software, online services. Amazon is 9% of that. His second highest level of income is product sales. He had the Pro Blogger book, Lightroom presets, ebooks, courses, and that was 31% of his income. When you have a highly trafficked blog about blogging, you're probably making more than the average person. And we don't see amounts here. We see overall percentages of his income. But what's notable is that he has a variety of ways he makes money, and a majority of it isn't display ads on his blog. It's selling products, whether as an affiliate or selling his own products. Now, I found an example online of some hard numbers that I think is worth talking about. This blogger, as you see, has broken down their income and expenses separately here. And we see that they're net profiting about $3,000 a month. Let's look at the traffic it took to get there. If we look at their traffic, we see that they've had a drop in traffic, which I think they're trying to figure out at this point, but they have 94,000 sessions from 76, almost 77,000 users. So that means there's been some repeat visits, right? And if we look at that little pie chart, 75%-ish new visitors, 25%-ish returning. So that's the level of traffic they need to make 3,000-ish dollars net. This blogger breakdown is an income from June of 2016. But what I think is interesting is this guy is promising that we're going to make more than the person we just looked at. Okay, so we're going to be getting a lot of traffic to this site theoretically to make $5,000 a month with absolutely no experience blogging. And I think you probably got the impression from the sample we looked at that this person clearly has some experience blogging and is actively trying to make money at it and understanding things like their traffic and what they want to improve. So we're going to make more than them just starting off. That was a bit of a longer detour than I meant for it to be, but I just want you to have a realistic view of what bloggers make or can theoretically expect to make as we're watching this content.
Good morning, guys. How's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike the Steel, and in this channel, we talk about making money, passive income, investing, all of the good things when it comes to creating ultimate freedom for ourselves. But if you are new to this channel, make sure you just hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop more of these videos. With that being said, let's go straight into this video. So you came into this video because maybe you see some of the single mothers out there Pinteresting away how they've made passive income with their blog. And there's parts of you that maybe you want to start a blog, you want to start your own website, you want to start documenting the things that you're passionate about, and you want to start making money doing the things that you love doing, but you just have no idea where to actually get started. Well, guys, this is the video that I wish I had when I first launched my blog. You know, my blog has been making me a full-time living for the past couple of years. It has allowed me to travel around the world. Right now I'm in Bali, and to really make enough as well as save enough so that I could just focus all on my future financial freedom journey. And as amazing as having a blog is, it's just always overwhelming when first getting started, especially with the technical side of things. Then you have to figure out how to make money, and all of it is just like confusing, especially me because I'm extremely tech literate. So what I'm gonna do for this video is—
It's confusing for him because he's tech literate. I think he means tech illiterate. But I also want to point out that we don't know how this guy actually makes his money. I just did a quick search and found this article. Please note the author, Mike Vesti, wrote this article about how he makes money while traveling the world. And the three things he mentions are drop shipping, influencing, and cryptocurrency. I'm not really sure where blogging is the thing that makes him his full-time income. If it seems like by his own admission, other things have made him money. I mean, I do appreciate he called me beautiful twice in 18 seconds, but
I'm going to teach you how to set it up with less than 10 minutes, as well as launching it, so you're not just having a blog that just collects dust for no reason. Okay. The first—
as somebody who has built multiple blogs from a web development standpoint, you set it up and you put some entries in, probably so that when people go to the site, there's not nothing for them to look at. And then it's a matter of telling people that the blog exists. That could be through a series of, marketing posts on social media. That could be an email newsletter. That could be guest posting on other blogs. There's a bunch of things you can do, obviously, to get some initial traffic to the blog. But I love the rocket in the background of like launching the blog. I mean, it's a little bit less exciting than that, but okay.
First thing you need to ask yourself is, what are you going to actually blog about? There's so many ways to make money, but the problem is most people chase the money instead of chasing what it is that they want to blog about. One thing that I did for me was I asked myself, well, what am I passionate about? Well, I'm passionate about fitness. I'm passionate about documenting my financial journey. I'm fascinated about marketing and sales and online businesses and whatnot. I'm also very excited when it comes to, finding ways to travel hack or credit.
Okay, these are four very different blog topics. The same person that is interested in travel hacking is not necessarily interested in fitness. And it's really hard to have a sort of general blog unless you're a moderately famous person that people are just interested in what you're doing generally. I've always said, I'm not Oprah, I'm not Reese Witherspoon, I'm not Gwyneth Paltrow. You, as someone watching this YouTube video, don't care what I do for skincare or where I like to go on vacation or what my dog is like. This channel is about business and marketing. It's not about random things Nicole feels like talking about. So I think it is important for your blog, if you have one, to have some kind of topic around it so that people know if they want to subscribe, and that you can build authority and traffic based on that particular subject.
Card hack and all these things. And the moment I did that, I made a long list of all the things that I was passionate about.
Okay.
I saw which one of these would actually make money.
Which one of these will make money? Okay. I'm glad that he's narrowing. At this point, he's brainstorming. Sorry, Mike. I should have just let you go. He's going to pick the one that makes the most money. I'm guessing travel hacking is the thing he ends up picking. And we'll see if I'm right.
And what I mean by that, asking which one of these would make money, I just ask myself, is there a need for my passions? Because sometimes you're passionate about something, but sometimes, there's no need in the world. Like as passionate as I am about painting, the need for my specific painting wouldn't necessarily be filling a demand in the world. It might be some nice thing someone could buy from Etsy, but it's not actually filling an actual problem. And one way.
First of all, I think it's a little sad that he doesn't think he could make money with his paintings. There's a lot of different things that we contribute to the world. And I think that someone making paintings and other people purchasing them or otherwise supporting an artist is as valuable, if not more so, than creating a website, putting a bunch of ads on it and sending traffic to it to make you passive income. I would say that the art is even more valuable than that. And I say that as somebody who, by the way, does this kind of thing for a living. So if he wants to do that, I think he should do that. But secondly, and I think more importantly, if you're passionate about something and you are making content for fun, you can probably make money at it. If you're on TikTok, have you seen the lady who reviews tea houses? I will put a little snippet of one of her videos in here so that you see what I mean.
Now, this tea room is a favorite of so many people. How does it stack up for this queen of afternoon tea? Let's find out. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the yummy of afternoon tea, St. George edition. This weekend, we had afternoon tea for two at Abigail's Tea House in St. George, Ontario, Canada. You can find the small town of St. George, south of Cambridge and north of Brantford. And I bet you dollars to donuts that if you ask 10 people who go for afternoon tea frequently between London, Ontario, and the GTA of their favorite tea room in the area, at least 7 of those 10 people will tell you that this tea room is their favorite. In other words, it has an excellent reputation. Do I agree? I'll give you my queen of afternoon tea rating based on my experience at the end.
And I'll just say, as somebody who doesn't drink tea, not because I'm anti-tea, but because I just like coffee, I have seen these videos. I have watched them all the way through, and I have considered going to a tea house because of this woman. She clearly is passionate about covering tea houses and having a tea experience and what that tea experience should be like. And I believe her account is monetized on TikTok. I'll double check that and put it on the screen and in the show notes. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily think reviewing tea houses was a big money-making thing, but because she's so passionate about it and has come up with this formula and is kind of bringing her audience along, I think that not only is this going to create money for her, but also maybe other opportunities of maybe visiting more exclusive tea houses than she'd normally go. Maybe tea houses are going to try to up their game in terms of making sure they have clotted cream on hand, that kind of thing. So while I do think that there are topics that are out of the box more quote unquote profitable to cover, I think that if you're going to create content on the internet, it has to be something that you're excited about. And if so, that's going to translate to a more engaged audience, and that's going to translate to other people's interest on the internet, more so than you covering, I don't know, cryptocurrency or weight loss or whatever. But I'm sorry, Mike, I keep interrupting you.
To do that is to figure out if you could monetize what it is that you are passionate about. So what I have right here is a list of some of the top 10 affiliate programs to start off with when you are blogging. And I did all the research for you, so you don't have to, right?
Okay.
And many people start their blog and then figure out a way to make money when it's actually the other way around. You need to first figure out how you're going to make money and then start your blog. So for example, especially with what you're passionate about, you could see right here, if you're passionate in the cameras, you could just start with affiliate program on Amazon where you could refer anything to Amazon and you could get paid for that, right? So you could see cameras, or if you are a mom and you are very passionate about your baby, you could start selling like a bunch of strollers, which is a good price point. And as you can see, before you could figure out what you're passionate about and what you want to create content on, you need to figure out if you could actually make money by certain products. One of those, for example, is referral marketing. If you send anybody through this link that you could get from Amazon's affiliate program, which you just go to the affiliate/programs.amazon.com, that is a good hint that you could actually make money from that. Another one is if you just like recommending things. So if you want to be like in the online jobs portal and you want to recommend people with jobs, you will earn up to $15 for every paid subscription that you send them. Another thing is Skillshare. A lot of people come and learn skills online. So depending on what skill you like, if it's cooking, if it's eating, if it's traveling, if it's editing, there's a skill out there that, you know, you could essentially sell, right? So you can see why when it comes to starting a blog, we need to figure out how we're actually going to make money from it. Okay, so many people go on their blog and like, you know what, I want to blog and I want to just pin things and I want to make money, but they don't actually know how they're actually going to make money.
And as a reminder, let's look at Darren Rouse's income breakdown for Pro Blogger. So at this point that this screenshot is taken, he's theoretically making at least 6 figures blogging. And as you see here, about half the income is affiliates, but 9% of that only is Amazon. Amazon does not pay high in terms of the amount for affiliates, but they also have a pretty low threshold of entry. Like everybody can sign up for an Amazon affiliate account. Some other affiliate programs require maybe a certain amount of traffic or that somebody reviews your website or whatever. He's also making a fair bit of his money on product sales. So products that he has produced. So if you think about how you're going to make money on your blog, maybe some of that is what products you can produce related to that. Let's say, for example, that I wanted to be a travel blogger. What can I affiliate for? Maybe I can affiliate for credit cards that offer travel points. Maybe there is a luggage company that makes really great bags that are really travel friendly, that kind of thing. But also, I would want to maybe make a product myself. So maybe I would want to sell a travel guide on my website. So how to travel to Down East Maine on a budget. Maybe I'd make an ebook and sell that on my website for $5 or something. Maybe I would have a printable packing list for going to a place that has 4 seasons, but only with a carry-on. Maybe I would have a course on how to maximize your travel points with a specific set of credit cards. Now, these are all digital products, obviously, but that's not to say I couldn't sell physical products. Maybe I source specific travel things, like here's the best cell phone case, that I can find, and I buy a bunch of them, or here is a really great luggage scale. And maybe I sell these things in my online store. And this could either be something that I keep on hand or that I have drop shipped to the person that places an order. So these could be digital or physical products, but a lot of people do digital because sourcing and sending out physical products obviously has an extra layer to it. So we are affiliating products and we're selling our own products, and that is making a majority of our money. But we can also seek out sponsorships from brands. Maybe the brand pays us to write about their product on our blog or to post about it on social media. Maybe we hold events. So maybe I start hosting my own trips that other people can sign up for, and I get a little cut of everyone's trip registration. I think what he's saying is that, okay, it's one thing to be passionate about tea rooms of Canada and now the United States. It's another thing to think about how that's going to make money. He's really covering the affiliate part of this equation. But as we see, even with somebody who makes a full-time living blogging and has a deep understanding of things like search engine optimization and monetizing content, even that person only makes about half of their money on affiliates. So where's the other half coming from? But
right, Skillshare is one where you earn $7 for every new customer you refer to Skillshare. So that's pretty exciting. Another one is FreshBooks, especially if you're serving like the online business and online marketing space. We all need to figure out our accounting, right? And the thing is, instead of traditional accounting, we now can use cloud accounting, which is amazing. But the thing is, most people don't know about it. So if you create a bunch of articles and you're very passionate about finances and building your own online business, this is something that you could easily recommend as well, where you could actually make money. Another one is Adobe. Okay, so if you are an editor, if you're a photographer, if you...
So I've been interrupted 3 different times since I paused, but I think what I was going to say is that I don't know why he's spending a lot of time covering specific affiliate marketing programs. If I was doing this training and it was for a general audience of people who were looking to monetize a blog that could be about anything, I think I would spend time covering how to figure out if something is a good affiliate program or not, and if it is worthwhile to go to companies individually like this, like go on their websites and apply for their affiliate programs, or whether an affiliate marketplace like Impact or Commission Junction or similar is about the same kind of experience, but a little bit more efficient, since there's, hundreds or thousands of companies in one portal versus spending the time to go to individual companies. Those are the 2 things I would be curious about, and I think would apply to whoever was watching this training, but okay.
You like doing presets on Instagram or whatever, you could actually recommend Adobe things like Photoshop and Lightroom and whatnot. You get 85% of the first month for commissions. You could see it's $72.
The first month, but then it looks like 8.33% the first year for Creative Cloud and Document Cloud.
All in all, a lot of online creators use this. Why not actually get paid for it? Another one is lead pages. Okay, so for people that are starting a blog, they need to figure out how to capture the email. So lead pages will actually give you 50% of commissions every single month, right?
If you need to collect emails, you could just use the form software that comes with your blog. For example, if you're using WordPress blogging platform, you could use, I don't know, Contact Form 7 or Gravity Forms or something. And I think both of those softwares will hook into MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever you're using to actually send the emails. Otherwise, you can just do a little bit of data entry once in a while, like moving the things from your form submissions into your email marketing software. The other thing is that if you're using email marketing software, Constant Contact, MailChimp, Aweber, Emma, I'm trying to think, there's tons of them. Most of them have a way for you to generate your own sign-up form. And what you can do is you can log into MailChimp, generate your sign-up form. It'll give you a snippet of code, and you can just stick that on your website to collect email addresses. So if you're just looking to collect email addresses, please don't buy lead pages. It's totally overkill for what you actually need.
So when you see the passive income and the residual income, it's because they're recommending products that pay them on a monthly basis. So if you want to start your blog and make money and launch it on day one, this is a good thing.
But how do you have readers on day one who are ready to make those purchases? You don't. You haven't built the credibility with your audience yet. You haven't built traffic coming into your website enough for lots of people in search engines to randomly find your blog. So I don't get this whole day one stuff. I don't think you're making money day one off affiliates. You might make money day one off of, display ads or something if you get enough traffic, but I don't think most people are going to go to a website for the first time, be like, yes, let me buy this product, and then buy it right away. At least that's not the buying journey I see for most products, in particular for most high-end products.
You start seeing, okay, well, which one of these affiliate programs do I actually want to recommend, so that once I actually launch my blog, I know exactly how I'm going to make money. Another one is Shopify. I did a lot of Shopify back in the day, and I did really good money.
Remember how he made his money? Part one was drop shipping. By his own admission in this medium.com article, that's how he made the first bit of his money. So drop shipping using Shopify as the e-commerce platform, I'm guessing.
But what I also did really good money on was recommending this software as well. So many people want to start their own physical products businesses. Maybe they want to sell, red bandanas or sunglasses or blue Buddhas back there, but they don't know exactly how to create their own e-commerce site. Instead of you trying to start your own e-commerce site, what if you were the one that sold shovels in the gold rush and you just recommended people how to actually teach them how to use Shopify? So this is another good one.
But if you're not going to build your own e-commerce store, how are you going to know how to use Shopify? Like, if you're going to help people use a piece of software, I think a great thing for you to do is to do a sample yourself. But yeah, you can teach someone to do something that you yourself have not done, I suppose.
I made a lot of good money just recommending Shopify. It was a lot more easier than actually starting an e-commerce site, in my opinion. Another one is Aweber.
But he has 850,000 YouTube subscribers. I'm guessing if you have 850,000 followers anywhere, you probably don't need this guy's advice to monetize your content. But
this serves like the online entrepreneur community. A lot of people need to send emails, and this like lead pages pays you every single month, right? So that's one of the big things when you start a blog. You need to figure out not just how you can make money right now, but how can you get paid every single month. I recommend, email autoresponders just like this, because everybody needs email marketing when it comes to an online business.
Most businesses, I start them with MailChimp because they do have a free plan. I will say that they've now buried the free plan a little bit, but it does exist if you have under 500 subscribers and you send under a certain amount of messages every month. Most people, when they're starting, are going to start off with a list of less than 500 people, and they're probably going to send emails like once a month, maybe once a week. But usually the free MailChimp plan will serve them for at least their first year. So I think until it makes sense for you to pay for email marketing software, just start with the free version. And you can always export your email addresses and move it to another platform when that makes sense. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't do email marketing, I would start with something that's free. Just FYI.
So why not I get a percentage of everybody's subscriptions every single time they use this? Imagine every single time you recommended Netflix to somebody and they bought it because your recommendation, right? Imagine getting a percentage of that Netflix subscription. This is a powerful thing when it comes to figuring out a way to make money with your blog and launching it on day one. Just finding the right ones that work with you. And the best thing for me is I recommend the things that I already use, because it just comes natural. And of course, if you like selling courses, or if you think that you could serve the people that are selling courses, Thinkific is a really good one. You could see that you could earn up to $1,100 per referral per year. How amazing is that?
It's funny, I just looked because I thought Thinkific used to let you host 2 courses for free before they started charging you, and it seems like they charge at all levels now. So that's good to know. So if you see a past video where I'm making that recommendation, apparently things have changed.
Guys, you can see where all of this starts adding up, especially now when you look at your blog in terms of just a marketing end of things, okay? At the end of the day.
And listen, I just want to say here, I'm not saying never buy software. I'm saying buy software as it makes sense. So for example, use free email marketing software for 6-ish months. And oh, I wish that I could automatically send emails in a sequence as people join my list. Oh, I wish this interfaced with my CRM. Then as you want things, it makes sense to look for software that will provide that. So maybe you use the free version of MailChimp, and then you have these needs, you look it up. Oh, Aweber, is a great thing for it. Oh, it's $30 a month. Now that I have an email list of a certain size, and now that I'm making sales through my email list and I can see that, it makes sense for me to pay for better email marketing software. So I'm not saying never buy software. I'm saying buy software when you understand what you're buying and how it's different from the free version.
Right? All you need to do to make money is you need to have a product, and you need to find a way to sell that product, which is your blog. And then you need to find a way to market your project, which is either Pinterest or YouTube or Google. And of course, another one as well is Teachable, right? And it gives 30% commissions with a 90-day cookie, meaning if anybody clicks on your link within 90 days, they will give you money if they have bought.
Most products do have a window for which, you click on it that you have to like complete the purchase. Usually it's about 30 days. I'm not sure why he's sort of highlighting that it's 90 days for Teachable. All it does is make me wonder, well, what's the window on the other products that he's talked about? But typically there is some kind of window that someone clicks on the link and has to make the purchase within for it to count as an affiliate sale. Now, he sort of has alluded here previously with these Teachable and Thinkific to having online courses, which, revisiting this, is a product. So he is starting to lightly cover you creating products that you sell as a way of making money through blogging. He hasn't said it explicitly, but he sort of is starting to get there.
So now that you have chosen your niche or the things that you're passionate about, you've seen which ones you could basically sell from. You could see from all of these, you can basically make money from anything. You know, we have, you know, the people that are cooks, the people that want to sell to business owners. We have the people that want to recommend jobs and make $15 per commission. We have the people that maybe want to sell strollers. You could see from all of these that there's so many ways to make money. Now you just got to find a way to host it on a place where you could actually do the selling, right? Now, the thing about the blog is it needs to have real estate online, right? So if you think about, you know, Starbucks, they have to go and rent like this entire building and then they can sell coffee. Or if you invest in a McDonald's, you would need to get the real estate on the right corner for you to be seen to the people that are actually going to buy McDonald's. The thing about a blog is you need to have your own virtual online real estate that you need to also invest in, right? So if you just...
So I think he's talking about setting up your own blogging website.
Check on the second link below. You could see that this is exactly what I did when I first got started. And it literally takes like 5 minutes to get this up and running and get your online real estate. Like I said, renting a piece of internet for your blog to call home. Think about this, you know, how much is it to rent an office if you are a doctor? How much is it to pay for electricity?
You know, if you're a doctor, the first thing you're thinking about is how much your office rent is going to be.
For water, for plumbing. You know, when it comes to a physical location, when you get the real estate for a brick and mortar business or a shop that you want to sell clothes on, there's like tens of thousands of dollars of expenses that you have to deal with. Now, the thing about the online real estate with your blog is that it's only like $3 to $5 a month, right? And
okay, I'm glad he's not selling you an overpriced plan, but please notice that he's affiliating for Bluehost here. There's a giant Bluehost ad in the middle, and I'm trying to read. He should say that this is an affiliate link if he isn't, but I don't see it written in this blog post.
Like I said, it takes 5 minutes to get started. So all you got to do is just click on that on the second link below. It's an affiliate link too, by the way. So I would get a small commission.
You should also say that in the blog, though. You're saying that verbally, but you should be saying that within the blog as well.
For anyone that goes through that link. And the good thing is you get a free domain for the first year. So
two things here. First of all, it's $3.95 a month, but you'll see the price that's crossed out is $7.99 a month. That's the price it will become after your first year. So you will be essentially paying more than double for your web hosting after the first year. But the second thing, and I love it when web hosts do this, we'll throw in a free domain name. Those domain names cost them about $8, probably less if they're doing the volume of domains that something like Bluehost is doing, right? Because they're resellers. So they pay a lower kind of wholesale price than you're paying to buy them at retail. If you were going to spend $100 with me, I would happily throw in a thing that cost me $8 for free for you because I'm already making my money back and then some. They act like this domain name is like this amazing thing, and it costs less than a sandwich does nowadays. In particular, most people are going to surpass the entry level of web hosting that they're paying anyway. Maybe you're going to want email hosting. Maybe you're going to want extra storage because you have a lot of media files on your website. Maybe they charge for a secure certificate. So these web hosts, yeah, they're charging a base rate that's pretty low, but you're going to add on stuff pretty quick. So anyway, that's where this is coming from, is he is saying how easy it is to start a blog, and he's sending you to an affiliate Bluehost link to start your blog. So
free domain for the first year. So when I first got started, I bought a domain and I would have to pay like $50 to $60 because I bought it for a couple of years. Here, if you go to that link, you just save money. All I got to do.
If you want to spend $35 a year at Network Solutions for your domain, that's fine. But there are some lower cost places like Namecheap and Enom where your domain name is going to be like $10 to $12 per year. So I don't know why he's spending $70 for 2 years of domains, but okay.
Is just get started. Now with all of these, what I would actually recommend is just go for the cheaper option. All of these are all right, but you know, if you're a beginner, you don't have to get started with the pro, even though this says recommended. I would just get started.
So you see here, this $3.95 a month, you're getting one website, which means you get one domain, 50 gigs of SSD storage, free SSL certificate, standard performance for one domain. And then I can't see what the rest of it says. But if you want to host more than one website, you're going to go up to the next higher level plan. I think I pay $150 a year, something like that. And I just get a set amount of storage on the server. I can put as many websites on it as I want. Sometimes shopping around a little bit for web hosting based on your needs will save you some money.
With like $3.95 one. And here is where you could actually get a free domain. So the problem with me is I didn't want to pigeonhole myself to a specific product, right? So if I wanted to sell strollers in the beginning and say I'm a single mother wanting to make money recommending expensive strollers, I wouldn't want to just,
as single mothers are wont to do,
name it strollermommy.com. Because what if I don't want to sell strollers for the rest of my life? What if I want to start, recommending things on Skillshare or e-commerce things or email marketing platforms or course things?
I mean, at the beginning, you said that I should pick a niche, right? So maybe I wouldn't want to call it strollermommy.com. Maybe I'd want to call it, bringing up baby with Nicole or something, right? Maybe I'd want to give myself a little bit of space within that niche so that I'm not just selling strollers, but making it too general, I think, might backfire, in addition to having people have a hard time remembering what your blog is about. But
because these are the products that I'm buying. What if I don't want to narrow myself into a specific niche or product? And that's exactly what I did. That's why I just named my blog MikeVasile.com, because if you look at my blog, ever since that I've been doing it since literally 2016, I talk about everything, from interviewing multimillionaires to,
I love the amount of shirtless people on this blog.
Talking about emotional intelligence, to talking about my health and fitness and depression. And
okay, so is it me, or did approximately 8 minutes ago, within his video, not within the video you're watching, he said that we would kind of have to pick a subject or a niche, right? Most of us are not celebrities who can just talk about whatever we want and have thousands of people visit our site about it. Most of us need to have some kind of subject matter that we're talking about. And it could be that, he knows the rules and so he can break them. He has a large enough audience to do this, but I don't think this advice would generally work for everybody. That said, if you want to buy the .com of your name, I own NicoleWillette.com, for example. I say go ahead. But if you go to that Nicole Willette website, I don't expect it to make me any money. I just want to have a little place online that's about me and the various things that I'm working on. I'm just saying that I don't think this advice would work for most people.
Making money online and saving money and starting businesses and creating passive. There's just like so many of my interests that came to starting a blog that I didn't want to pigeonhole myself to a specific thing. So for you guys, what I would just recommend is just your name. It's not that hard. Everyone can start remembering it. And as you
okay, this advice is well and good, I guess, but what if the .com of your name isn't available? Or in my case, what if you have a difficult last name? I have people I've been friends with for 20 years who still can't spell my last name. And when I get junk mail, most of the time people think it's QUE as the start of the name, because that makes more sense when we think about how English words are spelled. I don't expect most people to be able to spell my last name. I expect I will have to continuously spell my last name the rest of my life. So, this advice is fine, but it's not necessarily applicable to most people. A time that I think that sort of branding your business with your name can work well is if you have a few different avenues that you make your income. For example, I have a client that does massage therapy, nutritional consulting, Reiki, and she teaches yoga. So she might have some clients who are just massage clients, or she might have some clients who just come in for Reiki or whatever. There is some overlap between those things, but they also can function very separately. But she doesn't want to set up 4 different bank accounts for that, or 4 different businesses. So it makes sense for her to just funnel everyone to a website where they can see all the disciplines she works in and obviously get to the information they want from there. But That's just my opinion, is that this can work for some people, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everybody.
You start writing, your brand and online presence starts growing. But if you don't want to use your name, that's fine. I would just use more of a broad term. So for example, if you're a mother, I would just be like blogmommyforever.com. And I'll just click on next. And as you can see, this domain is free. So I was able to get it available. So then all I needed to do is just fill in my information as well.
I will say, when you're picking a domain, part of something you want to consider is the amount of times you're going to be spelling this. So if you say blog mommy forever, you're going to have to say blog mommy, the number 4 ever, blogmommy, the number 4 ever.com. Like, you're going to have to say that if someone calls you on the phone, or if you're telling someone about your blog verbally that you run into in town, for example. So if you were going to buy blog mommy, the number 4 ever, I would also make sure that blog mommy ever.com was also available. And I would buy them both because people are going to end up typing in both when they try to find you.
As choosing the right plan. So the longer you get it, the cheaper it is. And just remember to think about it like a business, right? How many times are you spending $5 a month on things? You know, a Netflix account, maybe people spend $5 a day on Starbucks and they complain that they have no money.
Yes, I appreciate a finance bro who's going to neg me for spending a couple of bucks on something once in a while that makes me happy, but okay.
This as your only online investment to start your own business. Like, where can you go to actually have a business?
I like how he started saying income and then he paused and said business. To start your own business, to start your own business. So unclear whether we're making income or not.
Your only overhead cost is $3 a month, right?
Okay.
So if you want to treat it like a business, which I recommend you do, I would go for the longer option. So that,
I mean, if we're monetizing it, I'm guessing we're treating it like a business. I think that's the whole idea, right?
that way, you know that there's no quitting after this and you are committing to making this happen. For me, I got the 36-month plan when I got started.
And also remember, when you spend more money on this affiliate thing, he makes more money. So of course he wants you to commit to 36 months for your own accountability, not so that he makes more money off of it. I love how when people talk about spending money on your business, they act as if you spending more money is you holding yourself accountable. Like, oh, well, if you do it for 36 months, like, you're going to be committed to doing it. I say try it for the lowest level plan that the year goes, and just make sure that your domain name stays renewed. You, in most cases, get a 30-day grace period from when your domain expires to renew it. But a lot of these companies will charge you this bogus reinstatement fee to turn it back on. I say just have it on auto renew if it's a domain that you think you want to keep, and then put in your calendar when it renews.
Because I knew that this wasn't going to be one of those things where I was just going to put my toe in and dabble. I knew that this was going to be the reason that I was going to create freedom for myself. So I chose the 36-month plan. And other than that, you're already good to go. You don't need any of the extra packages. So you could just save yourself money there. And then you just put in your payment information and go. So the moment you've done that, then that leaves to the fun part, which is
he gets points for saying to unclick the extras, because that's where the hosting will get you. That's why, like I said, I just like buying hosting, and it's like, this is the amount of space you get and whatever, and we're not going to nickel and dime you at every level. So he gets points for mentioning to uncheck those boxes.
The marketing aspect of things. So this is where the money comes into play, because you already have the product. You have the product sitting on the real estate, right? So you have your Starbucks coffee and you have this.
It's a little unclear to me what the product is. Are we making a course? The blog is the real estate. It's not the product. The blog is where the thing sits. So that thing is either a bunch of affiliates that you've signed up for, or a course, or some digital product that you've created. I'm guessing that's what he means by like the Starbucks on the plot of land. This is the course that is on your website. I think that's where he's going with this analogy.
Starbucks location on a very highly trafficked area. Now you just need to find the right roads and the right intersections to put your Starbucks location at. If you kind of catch my grift.
No, because we have bought web hosting. That's our location. What we need to do is figure out how to get people to come to our location. We have to figure out how can we reroute traffic so that it drives by our Starbucks? Or how can we get people to see something cool is going on and want to walk in the building? I think that's a better analogy here.
With the metaphor. And a lot of the places are, for example, Pinterest as well as YouTube. But let's talk about Pinterest for now, because it's like a lot easier, especially if you're camera shy. How I think of creating content to be put in front of these people is I would just type in here and type in all pins, and I would just type in, for example, best, and then insert products, right? So best, let's say if we wanted to sell strollers, best strollers. Look at this, best strollers 2020. And you could see exactly what type of content that you need to create to actually make money from this from day one. You just put it up on Pinterest. It's very easy to create. You just go on Canva, which is absolutely free to make these images. As you can see some of the examples of how I was able to make pinnable images for my Pinterest. And if you don't know how to use Pinterest, we have a complete tutorial in the link below. But we just see what people are already looking for. So for example, this person, 10 best baby strollers of 2020. We pull this up, and this is exactly how this person is making money, right? Look at this, 238 shares, most of it from Pinterest, and all of them recommending baby strollers that are most likely getting sent straight to Amazon. So that's exactly how marketing happens. You research exactly what people would search if the product that you want to sell is the thing that you want to make money. So for example, editing software, right? For Adobe or Photoshop. Look at this, best editing software for photography, for YouTube, for photography. These are all the keywords that would give you ideas to create content. Another thing that I like doing is checking other social media platforms and just seeing where they're getting their content to. So I could just type in best editing software. And all of these are blog articles or videos that you could actually create to send them to your affiliate links. Okay.
But how many people, if you're creating the exact same videos that already exist, that are already getting traffic, how is your video going to get more traffic than the pre-existing content by potentially more established YouTube creators or Pinterest accounts, right? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
Okay, so that is one of the biggest secrets when it comes to marketing. You don't have to invent what you're actually going to create content for to attract the audience to come and buy from you. You just literally need to type in and let the magic of Pinterest search or YouTube search to find what content that you should actually talk about. And like I said, this works for everything and anything possible. If you just type in the word best and then some type of keyword of people searching for that thing, it's going to tell you all of the things that you could create content for. And then all you got to do is just look in Pinterest, and usually it's like a number, right? So 10 best something, 10 best baby strollers.
Something that's good that he's doing here, and he's not really acknowledging, is by using the phrase best whatever, typically the person who is looking for that is somebody who might make a purchase. So for example, if I just wanted to know about baby strollers, I might look at what makes a baby stroller safe. Or I might, when I'm more serious about my purchase, look at baby stroller brand A versus baby stroller brand B, right? I might compare two models of baby stroller when I'm more serious about purchasing. But when I'm still mentally flexible but ready to make a purchase, I'm looking for best e-readers or best microphone for YouTube videos or whatever. It's that sweet spot before I've made a commitment to a brand, but when I'm actually theoretically serious about making a purchase. I'm not looking at the best whatever if I'm just looking for general information about it. I am looking for specific brands and recommendations when I do that. So I think this is a good suggestion, and I will applaud him for that.
The best stroller travel system for expecting parents. You can virtually see, as long as you have a plan of what product you want to sell, it makes it so much easier. You know, don't be like the blogger that comes in and be like, oh, I'm going to start blogging. I'm going to start a blog, and then I'm going to figure out a way to make money. It's better to have a plan, like with your finances, to make money before actually starting the blog. It's like how you should have a plan to invest your money before you actually make money, so that you don't just have money sitting there and not knowing what to do with it. So
I don't know. Also, you can just like set up, I don't know, $20 a week to automatically go in your Roth IRA or something. I don't think you necessarily have to have this deep plan about it. I think part of making moves, whether it's money or business or whatever, is actually like taking steps toward it. Yes, I think a plan is important, but especially at the beginning stages of things, I think it can feel really powerful for you to pick out a domain name and for you to like say, you know what, I'm going to blog once a week. And after I do that, I'm going to send it to my email list. I'm going to put it on Pinterest. Like those are the two things I'm going to do. Then you get into the habit of writing the blog, and then you're going to probably start having other ideas about it. Sometimes it's hard to make a whole plan, but having an idea of direction and how you're gonna make money, I think can be good. But also, if you just wanna talk about tea houses in Canada and just post your content and see who cares about it, and then use that information of the comments you're getting or the feedback in your posts to make your content better. I think that that is a valid approach as well.
Like so many people, like for example, for me, when I just had a good amount of money in my savings and I didn't know what to do with it, I just spent it like an idiot, right? Because I didn't have a plan for it. It's the exact same thing with the blog. If you don't have a plan to make money from day one, then it's going to be very, very hard. But if you follow these steps and you do what I just did and start with the end in mind, which programs am I going to make money from? Which content do I need to create? It's a lot easier, guys. So hopefully this helps, guys. Check out the second link below to get started your blog in the next 5 minutes or less. Hopefully this helps. And guys, comment below which you like best. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, I know I talk about this all the time. I'm starting a second YouTube.
We don't care about the second YouTube channel, but I want to see what this second link is. This is weird. There's two links, but the first link is a free training. And then the second link is a link to the music used in the video. So I don't think that's what he means. Let's take a look at this disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and anything I say on this YouTube channel should not be seen as financial advice. I'm only sharing my biased opinion based on speculation and my personal experience. You should always understand that with investing, there's always risk. You should always do your own research before making any investment. And then he has an earnings and legal disclaimers area for this. Did this guy get sued or something? This seems like an awful lot of disclaimers for a YouTube video. So I do think that there's still a place for blogging even here in 2024. I think that a blog is a great way to get traffic to your website. I know when I look at our analytics that most people have come to our website off of one of our blog posts, for example. I also know that having information like what's in a blog is something that people like to link to, or even other companies. So it can be a great way to build up backlinks to your website, which can help your search engine stuff. Also, a lot of people, when they visit a company website and they want to see what's going on, they naturally look for a blog section. So it can be a great place for you to put information about new hires, new products, upcoming events, and things like that, because it's a place people are naturally looking. And it can be something that is automatically shared as a piece of content. A lot of people, when they post new blogs, have an email automatically sent to a list of people who are subscribed. Or you can make it so that it automatically shares a link to Facebook or other places online. All this to say is that I think if you want to start a blog, that's great. This whole company, the reason it's called Breaking Even is that I started off as a personal finance blog called Breaking Even. And I just kept the name because I liked it and I thought it was memorable, and it's definitely easier to spell than Willette. That's for sure. So yeah, I think Mike Vesti is one of these guys who made a lot of money in various .com ventures, and he's acting like the thing that he's talking about at any given moment is the thing that made him that money. When, as we know, it was a bunch of different things that made him the money, including drop shipping and cryptocurrency. And these are all completely separate industries. So if you were going to get into drop shipping, or you were going to get into cryptocurrency, or you were going to get into affiliate marketing or anything like that, there would be a learning curve, and there would be time of you trying stuff and having it maybe not worked. With trial and error, there's a lot of error. Let me play this sound on TikTok, which summarizes my feelings.
I am once again shocked and bewildered to find that the process of trial and error involves error.
I think there's ways that you can make money more quickly and easily than starting a blog. And if I was recording this 10 years ago, I would still say this exact same thing. Although I think it was easier to make money off of a blog in 2014 than it would be now. So thanks so much for watching my show where I kill people's dreams of making money online. I'm just kidding. I think there's a lot of legitimate ways to make money online. I just don't think that these get rich quick schemes that we typically see on this channel are it. But If you want to see more of this content, there's a whole playlist on the YouTube channel called Nicole Reacts. There is also a section of the blog called Nicole Reacts if you want to go to the blog. If you have gurus that you want me to react to, you can leave it as a comment on this video. Or if you want to be more shy, you can use the contact form of my website. And feel free to send me specific videos, topics, specific people. I'm open to anything. And if you want to lightly keep in touch, a good way to do that is through our email newsletter, breakingeveninc.com/newsletter. And remember, these gurus will just keep on coming. But the good news is you have a friend, that's me, in the marketing industry who's not afraid to call them on all their bullshit. Take care.